One more thing, sir, which would be shocking. They again say your GDP going high and all. 40% of the wealth generated in this country is owned by 1% of the population. And only 3% of the wealth trickles down to 50% of the population. So the government is not intent. As he asked, what is SEBI doing? What are the other agencies doing? That apart, the government, which has to come forward. Sir, when we are asking for a JPC, they should have met you in the chamber or coordinated with the opposition parties and said, yes, we can resolve the issue. Let the parliament see. They cannot just go out and meet the media and say the opposition parties are eating taxpayers' money. They are not allowing the parliament to run. It is not leveling accusation against us. They should resolve the issue. So the country is very much concerned about what has happened because of one corporate, which is being supposed to have been favored many a time by the. So I think if at all we have to bring out something, it can be done only by an introspection into that by a JP. So that has been happening here. The government has earned 4.86 lakh crores of rupees in 3 years by way of selling the public sector undertakings fully and partly. 4.86 lakh crore rupees. What for? Sir, the public sectors are considered to be the temples of economy.
Please, honorable members. I
am talking about your government.
Okay.
I am talking about your government.
Please.
They don't bother, sir, whatever we speak. They don't take parliament into serious consideration. Very well, sir. They don't listen to us. They don't bother about what we speak. This is the first ever experience in all these 2 decades experience. A party who doesn't bother about the parliament and the debates and the what observations made by the opposition. How serious they are. We are serious. Though I don't understand Hindi, I am listening to the translation and listen what they speak.
Please, confine to the subject.
How many disturbances?
Please go ahead. The friendly country broadcaster, Derek, the friendly country broadcaster you referred to could not find support from the Prime Minister of that friendly country. Trichy Siva. Yes, you said so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Sir, bear with my interventions. They are not very long.
Sir, Article 87 of the Constitution provides that 2 instances the Honorable President will address both the houses of the Parliament. One after a general election, the first sessions, and the first sessions of every year. Sir, the President's speech is nothing but it highlights the government's policy priorities and its plan for the upcoming year. Sir, as a convention, the motion of thanks to the President for her address to both the House of the Parliament. Along with that, I would like to thank her for that, for having addressed. And I would like to congratulate her for one reason, sir. She has read out the policy note of the government without omitting, without deleting, without including anything to her wish. She has set a role model, unlike what has happened in the state of Tamil Nadu, the executive head of the state. The governor has done. The president has she has read out the speech as it was given to her. So she has set a very good role model, sir, and I would like to thank and congratulate her. Sir, it is 9 years this government has come to power. In 1 more year. They have to relook what has happened, and we too go back and see what all have happened. Sir, what has been in this country and what is now in this country is a very big thing to compare. What has been? Diversity and inclusion was. Now, adversity and exclusion. Sir, earlier it was unity. Now it is uniformity. Federalism and secularism are eroded. Free speech is undermined. And sir, dissent is criminalized. In democracy, dissent is one of the basic features. As Albert Camus, the French philosopher and the Nobel laureate, has observed that democracy is not the law of the majority. It is the protection of the minority. So many apprehensions are looming on the linguistic and religious minorities in this country. Sir, they are not just accusations we are leveling against. What we have experienced all these years. Sir, this government, to be very precise, I could say it is an embodiment of pro-rich policies and anti-poor activities. Sir, I would like to quote the President's address, one or two. By 2047, it starts. We have to build a Bharat which is self-reliant and also able to fulfill its humanitarian obligations. A Bharat which has no poverty and where the middle class is also prosperous. A Bharat whose youth and women power will be at the forefront to give direction to the society and the nation, and whose youth are well ahead of time. Sir, what we understand? So we have not realized all these things in the past years. We are celebrating what you call that Amrit Kaal or something, 75th year after independence. We have not realized. And this target is set for the next 25 years. We boast that we are the fifth economic power in the country, in the world. But the situation is that poverty has yet to be eradicated. And the middle class is to be prosperous. Excuse me. Sir, humanitarian obligations is yet to be realized. Let me say what all we have experienced in this country, in this government, sir. Number one, petrol and diesel prices were hiked 78 times during this Rajya, and 14 times only between this year. And the government has earned a revenue of 8 lakh crore rupees between 2018 and 21 only through petrol and diesel price hikes. And how it was spent, another thing comes. An RTI replied by the RTI, an RBI replied to an RTI very clearly says, 2 lakh crore bad loans were waived off in 2020 and 21. So the total write-off of loans over 11.6 lakh, most of which are only during these 9 years. And for example, we are basically an agriculture. The BJP in its manifesto promised that the income of the farmers would be double. But what happened? It has not doubled. Rather, the price of DAP has increased from 1,200 to 1,350. The price of urea has not increased, but the quantity has been reduced from 50 kilograms to 45 kilograms. Sir, very sorry, sir. We are all very much shocked at the incident what happened in Turkey yesterday. An unexpected earthquake has taken away the lives of 4,500 people. We all, of course, expressed our grief. But in this country, sir, in 2020 only, 5,579 farmers have committed suicide. That is 15 farmers per day.
Shame.
We call ourselves an agricultural country. Sir, this country withstood their economic recession in the past and even now, only because of the agriculture sector and the public sector. These two are targeted by this country. All policies, all things that they are doing are in favor of only the rich people, that is the corporates. Sir, India's reserves have fallen down from $633.6 billion to $545.6 as of 16th September 2022. Sir, what all has been done? The government has done all these things, but another thing, sir, the inflation, which is very, very important. Sir, in May 2022, the Ministry of Finance released a monthly review document, which said that the inflation has lesser impact on the low income strata than that of the richest. Sir, it was during that time, the inflation reached the highest of 7.95%, which is 95-month high than ever before. And the rupee values depreciation, 80 rupees to a dollar. Sir, any person who does not know even much economics know very well that the depreciation of the value of money reflects on inflation, direct impact on inflation, and the devastating ramifications will be felt only by the poor and the middle class. And we felt it. Sir, one more thing, sir, which would be shocking. They again say your GDP going high and all. 40% of the wealth generated in this country is owned by 1% of the population. And only 3% of the wealth trickles down to 50% of the population. Sir, when the President address speaks much about women and youth, I'd like to say, women population has increased. Dr. Lakshman, who moved the motion, said very proudly, and Javadekar, my friend, also told. And I would like to add to them one more. The enrollment of women in higher education is more than men, that is 27.9%. But the women employment has fallen down from 24% to 18%. So in the world, India constitutes more youth population, where unemployment prevails more. Sir, another thing, as I would like to second my friend Mr. Derek, who said that, quoting the President's address, the long-felt urge to be rid of the scourge of mega scams and corruption in government schemes is now being realized. That's what everyone spoke. Mr. Digvijay Singh spoke, and he also said, sir, for the past 4 days, the parliament didn't function. Of course, everyone felt, you felt very much for it. Sir, it was not deliberate. It is not our intention. We want the parliament to function smoothly, and the responsibility does not lie only with the opposition benches. It is also with the treasury benches. Sir, you observed to the rules. Sir, you told that our notices were not in order. You asked me to come and meet you in the chamber. I met you. You gave me some directions. Then I rectified it and sent a notice. I didn't receive anything, whether it was in form or not up to your expectation. Leave alone, sir, our notices and your rulings. What is the government doing? Should they not take cognizance of a big industry company, that is Adani, which is being talked by the media, that it is being discussed on TVs, on papers, and everything? What is the government doing? Why should it not come forward? When the situation is privatization and liberalization, and it has impacted India economically and morally, should not the government come forward and what we asked for, a JPC, Joint Parliamentary Committee, to go into the issue. It's a process in the democracy. Why you are not for it? Why you are not able to do that? So the government is not intent. As he asked, what is SEBI doing? What are the other agencies doing? That apart, the government, which has to come forward. Sir, when we are asking for a JPC, they should have met you in the chamber or coordinated with the opposition parties and said, yes, we can resolve the issue. Let the parliament see. They cannot just go out and meet the media and say the opposition parties are eating taxpayers' money. They are not allowing the parliament to run. It is not leveling accusation against us. They should resolve the issues. So the country is very much concerned about what has happened because of one corporate, which is being supposed to have been favored many a time by the government. So I think if at all we have to bring out something, it can be done only by an introspective into that by a JPC. So that has been happening here. And now we are telling this number of things which are happening. And sir, the government has earned 4.86 lakh crores of rupees in 3 years by way of selling the public sector undertakings fully and partly. 4.86 lakh crore rupees. What for? Sir, the public sectors are considered to be the temples of economy. Why are you so much concerned? Sir, I will tell you 2 examples. I think, yes, within my time, I have confined to myself. There are 2 things that have not come to limelight. One is Videocon. Videocon is a well-known company which has become bankrupt. But it has borrowed rupees.
Please, honorable members, I
am talking about your government.
Okay.
I am talking about your government.
Please.
They don't bother, sir, whatever we speak. They don't take parliament into serious consideration.
Very well, sir.
They don't listen to us. They don't bother about what we speak. This is the first ever experience in all these 2 decades experience. A party who doesn't bother about the parliament and the debates and the what observations made by the opposition. How serious they are. We are serious. Though I don't understand Hindi, I am listening to the translation and listen what they speak.
Please confine to the subject.
How many disturbances?
Please go ahead.
Sir, it has borrowed rupees 65,000 crore to the tune of 65,000 crore from various banks. So when it has become bankrupt, where no other go than to sell that organization and give it to the banks. Sir, the issue went to NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, and it has adjudicated the case. In what manner? It has decided and said that can be sold to a twin star technology, something.
It can be?
Sir?
It can be?
NCLT.
Yes.
To be sold to a certain company. If you want, I can tell the name. This Twin Star Technologies, which is a subsidiary company of some other Vedanta or something. That is not the concern. You know for how much? 3,000 crore. It is 65,000 crore of loans to the banks, but the NCLT has said that it can be sold to 3,000 rupees. Who is the sufferer? The banks. If the banks suffer, either the government should go to the rescue, or the people will, ultimately they will be paying for it. Then the banks appeal for it, NCLTA, Appellate Authority, and it is withheld. This is one thing. It is about a private organization, but the sufferers are the bank. Sir, another is CEL, Central Electronics Limited. Sir, very, very important one, sir. And it earns a profit of 730 crore per year. This organization, CEL, earns a profit of 730 crore per year. And it has orders for more than 1,500 crore. And it has been sold to a private company, sir, for just 250 crore. Sure. It has an infrastructure, it has an asset of more than 440 crore. It pays a dividend profit to the government 700 crore. And it has orders also, not that like some other organization, PSU, that they suffer because of orders. They have orders for 1,500. Why should it be sold? That too at this rate. Just for 250 crores, sir. And the company which bought has nothing to do with the electronics. That is a strange thing. It is only an interior decorator company who doesn't know electronics. Sir, kindly enlighten us. Let the government tell us. You are coming to the rescue of a private organization and the banks are the sufferers. And now you are selling a profit-making public sector organization to a, I don't want to say, at a cost, which is not at all acceptable. So they are victimizing. Sir, let me conclude by one small interesting incident. There is a college, sir.
There is?
A college hostel. Where in the canteen, every day, upma is being served, sir. Upma. The students. No cabinet minister.
Good. Yes, Mr. Siva, conclude.
We are used to this, Mr. Judge. We are used to all these things.
Please conclude.
Sir, no, you have to protect us. The cabinet minister must be here. Some cabinet minister. Leave alone. Sir, in a college hostel, listen, Derek.
Yes, tell us about upma.
Every day, upma is being served. Sir, the students get agitated. They raise a hue and cry. They say, we don't want upma, that, all. So the warden finds no other option. He says, no, okay, I'll get your views. I'll conduct, you vote for what you want. And sir, that is very, very interesting, sir. And yes, everyone must be interested, because I should be perfect in the statistics. The voting was counted, sir. 7% of the students have voted for bread and omelette. 13% have voted for Puri, 18% for Aloo Paratha, 19% for Masala Dosa, 20% for Idli, 23% for Upma. Again Upma. That is 2019. Because all the students were not united. Different opinions. Again Upma came to the canteen, sir. Sir, 24, sir. Our leader, Mr. Stalin, is spearheading. We have all joined here and discussed. All the students will come together, sir, and Upma will be out of the canteen. The only thing is, we have to come together, and we are coming together. Sir, enough of what we had from your side. What we suffered because of demonetization. How you deprived the states of their rights and took the GST have suffered. Sir, 1 minute, sir. Just 1 minute. The people and the states. How federalism has been affected. All your laws, either draconian or anti-federal, anti-secular and anti-minorities. Enough of the apprehensions the linguistic and the religious minorities had in this country. When you are spending thousands of crores to enrich a language or to revive a language which is spoken or known only to a few thousand, that is Sanskrit, but you are victimizing classical languages, Tamil and other languages. Enough of everything. Sir, 2024 will give a verdict. The franchise will be the situation that will change, and it would be federalistic, protecting the secularism and upholding the constitutional values. The countdown of this government has started. Thank you very much.